Good morning. My name is Caleb Carr. I'm the CEO and president of Vita Inclinata Technologies. I'd like to introduce you to someone. His name's Don. Don was a member of the Pacific Multnomah County Search and Rescue Team in Portland, Oregon. 10 years ago, Don went down with cardiac arrest. A rescue helicopter was called, specifically a National Guard Black Hawk helicopter, to come rescue him. When the helicopter arrived, they tried to lower the basket down to the team below. And this happened. The basket kept swinging out of control repeatedly, and after multiple attempts, the pilot called off the mission, and we called time of death. That was my team. That was my mission. Don was my friend. This reality that search and rescue professionals deal with on a regular basis, in this case, Phoenix Fire Department, happens every single day, 24 times. Not only that, but helicopters have to try and position themselves close to cliffs to try and rescue somebody. They have to get so close because the basket swings back and forth. Catastrophe strikes. $38 million aircraft, all simply because they could not control the swing of the rescue basket. But we also realized with Vita that it's not just helicopter search and rescue missions, but also cranes. Cranes have loads swinging back and forth, but yet there is absolutely no way to control them. Naturally, the question I asked was, what the heck is the solution to solve both of these problems? Quite literally, it's a rope. And so we actively started to realize that in the construction space alone, 25% of injuries across the industry are directly due to swinging loads. That amounts to a $60 billion pain point globally, just in industries annually. So we are now going after stabilization both in helicopters and cranes, and now we're actively deploying what we call the Vita Load Navigator and the Vita Rescue System, a system that can control 88,000 pounds and 60-knot winds within a second. We can take this technology, and it really operates in 3 core steps. It senses the world around us by using the same sensor suite as the U.S. Air Force Predator drone. We use our proprietary software to be able to figure out where we are in space, and we just use 4 fans to provide counter thrusts in the direction of the swing to bring the load to center. We're now selling it for about $250,000, and it costs us about $60,000 to make it. This is actually in the Dubai golf course with one of our smaller systems. You can actually see the difference. 2 exactly the same panels, one with current day, i.e. a rope, and Vita. Now, both loads will continue to spin due to the winds and everything else. You turn it on, it stops. We're reducing fatalities by 75%. We're also reducing risk by 63%. For an industry that's $60 billion large, it's an industry worth tapping. But not only is the crane side, but also the helicopter side. Our rescue system, one of which you see outside, actually is able to control a patient at 1,000 pounds in 60-knot winds. We sell that for $256,000, and it costs us $31,000 to manufacture. But don't take it from me. This is the current day reality. It's what you saw earlier. But the moment you turn our system on, notice what happens. It stops. What was really exciting, though, is we went out to Portugal and actually flew with the crews. In this case, just last week, the medevac team, using that exact system in the back that you see outside, was able to control themselves. And unfortunately, the video is not working, but you would actually see them be able to go hands-free. Never in medevac, as a guy that's been in it for over 10 years, have I ever been able to go hands-free because I'm stable. We have a pipeline of close to 63 million in weighted, total pipeline of 224 million. But most importantly, we have $50 million in backlog. We're going to hit 33 million in revenue this year. We did 3 million last year. And we're on track to hit 200 million next year. Why do I know that? Because the state of Maryland just mandated that every crane in the state of Maryland, which is close to 800 cranes, has to have an autonomous load stabilization system on it. We're one of the onlys. With that in mind, we're actively strategically growing towards an IPO. We're actively looking to basically determine how we scale this business and take it from a $50 million backlog to now what will be a $300, $400 million business by 2025. With that, we are raising a convertible note round to go into a price round. ADQ out of the Middle East has committed to $75 million to do a price round later this year. And now what we're doing is actively taking that and putting in $40 million convertible to be able to start scaling towards that round at the end of the year. With that in mind, Vita's technology is not the difference from some simple mission. It's really, truly the difference between life and death when it comes to you or one of your loved ones. Thank you.